Folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome.
Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara
knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
On 2nd and 7, Winston.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Jameis to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll begin to drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
On 3rd down, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon, and he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Rodgers throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Winston.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Third and short yardage, Winston.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. The graduate of the Naval Academy back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
The Saints at 3-6 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. Are back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole, and it leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
This is Lazard with a catch out left.
Rodgers pass. Complete to Allen Lazard. A gain of 10 yards. And it's down.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Rodgers now to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score after 7. Saints nothing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Taken down by Pete Werner. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, they've only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Smith, the man in motion left. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
4th down, Winston. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Isn't that cool about the gain there on 2nd down? That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Kamara on the read option. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston. And this one's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints are back within a score.
Well, it's off for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're out, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
To about the 40-yard line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. one is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
1st down, Winston.
Throw left side, complete to Troutman.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jameis now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Again, it's Winston. He gives it to Thomas. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even 1st half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, the 1st half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, Curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown.
Christian Watson,
75 yards.
and the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Zerline now for the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Makes the score Packers 17, Saints 10. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
5th catch of the game for him there.
And the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Off the play fake, Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
They find some open field here.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Winston. Olave holds it in. And he showed off the athletic Jew. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will level the playing field at 17-all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen.
And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it.
And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pity of. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
To throw is Rodgers.
They'll complete this one to Watson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Dillon, they try the left side with him. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. Alontae Taylor up to make the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Rodgers going to throw.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one open downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Patrick. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. A little too much air under that one. That could have easily been 6 points.
Yeah, the kind of speed he has is almost impossible, we think, to actually overthrow it, but he did exactly that. I think he probably tried to get it out there maybe just a little bit too quickly.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You first see incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. But they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On second down, Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Winston now. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Even.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Kamara is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Throwing, Winston. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Lutz is good. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forcing the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A first down throw for Winston.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Rodgers now on first down.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the gun, it's Dillon.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They run once more with Dillon.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. He's got the hook up with Doubs.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
On 2nd down, Dillon.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
43 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers.
A.J. Dillon
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Packers have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
Hey, frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Winston.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Winston.
He's got his target. It's Olave.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
1st down, Winston. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Kenny Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Packers,